Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're reviewing the Bond Craftor Squishy Gel Kit. Okay, this is a fun kit to make. It's really fun to make and play with. I'm going to show you everything that's included. First, you're going to pull out this little mold. And how cute is that? A little paw print mold. And then you're going to pull out these cups. We've got two large 30 or 40 ml measuring cups and some little 30 ml plastic disposable cups. And then we've got these disposable pipettes. And we've got some Vaseline here. This is to put on your mold so that the silicone will release easy. And then we've got the colorants. This is to color your silicone. This is not to paint your mold after it's made. This is to color your silicone. Okay. And now we're going to pull out this right here. This is the stuff that you put on the squishy after you've made it. There's two different types here. The little ball one is like a powder. And the big ones are like fur. I prefer the powder myself. And then we got another mold down in here. This is a little star with a face on it. Really cute. And then we've got the two parts, part A and part B of the Squishy Gel Kit. This is what you're going to mix to pour in your mold. And then it's going to come with 6 or 7 bags here to put your little figurines in after you make them. And it's got the instructions kit and some gloves and some stir sticks down in there as well. So first we're going to grab our Vaseline. We're going to do the little paw print. I decided to do it today. And we're going to rub it on our finger. We're going to get it all over your finger, get a good amount on there. And then you're going to take and rub down your mold. Once you've done this, you cannot use this mold in resin again. Once you've used it for this reason, you can never use it for resin again. It will cause curing dysfunctions and all kinds of issues. So you don't want to ruin your mold if you want to use it for resin again. Make sure you have it set aside just for this purpose. Okay. After we've rubbed it down in Vaseline really good, we want to make sure you're getting all them little holes and crevices around the sides and edges. But once we get it all rubbed down, we're going to take and mix up our silicone really quick and get into the project. You also, when you're rubbing this down, you want to make sure you don't leave lumps of Vaseline down in the holes or whatever. You want to rub it down and make sure it's got a smooth coating. Okay, we're going to mix up 40 mils of silicone today. We're going to do 20 mils of part A and 20 mils of part B. Once we have that all mixed up, you got to mix it for 3 to 5 minutes, guys. You want to mix it really well, scraping the sides of your stick as you're doing it. You're going to pour it off into separate cups here. I'm going to pour off some in 2 different little cups and leave some in the cup I've got. We're going to mix in some colorants today. I'm also going to show you what happens if your colorant isn't mixed properly. So, we've got this poured off into our little cups. We're just going to grab our pigment paste. And we're going to get a glob of it and mix it into the silicone. It's just like mixing resin colorants. You want to mix it well. You want to make sure all that pigment paste has gotten dissolved and into the silicone. I say mix for at least 30 seconds. for each color. I'm trying to use very animal-friendly colors. There was a yellow-orange color, a kind of faded yellow-brownish color, and black. I figured those three would really work well towards the dog type stuff, or a cat, either or. So it would work well for the paw print. So we've got that color mixed up. And now all we got left to mix up is our black. Like I said, just a glob of the black. And you want to put it into the silicone and mix for at least 30 seconds, guys. This is real-time mixing, how long I mixed it, and you're going to see that at the end of the project what happens if you don't mix it well enough. The black is very hard to tell if you don't mix it well enough, but the other colors, it does show up. So now we're taking our pipette. We're going to just squeeze the pipette and pick up some of the black silicone. I keep wanting to call this epoxy, but no, it's silicone. And once it draws up in there, I'm just going to take and fill up some of these holes. I'm not going to fill them all up. I'm just going to fill up 4 of them with the black. I was trying to be neat, and I didn't realize I missed one of the little toes on it. At the angle I was looking at it, I thought it only had 3. I was like, well, that don't seem right, but I went for it, left it like it was, and then I realized that on demold that I didn't mix up enough, or I didn't put the black in one of the spots, but it's okay. It's cute. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to just fill up these little holes with the silicone. And now we're going to pour our colors around them holes. Being all neat and everything with it wasn't even worth it at the end here. Because as you can see, that black's starting to come up when I'm pouring in my other colors. The black's coming up around the sides, so it's spreading out. But we're just filling it up randomly, just a little of the orange, little of the yellow, little of the orange, little of the yellow. And then we're going to pour in what's left of that black in the center. Might as well use it up since it's mixed up. And plus, like I said, this is black is a color you will see on animals. So it really didn't matter. I'm trying to get every little drippity drop out of this cup. I have a bad habit of wiping my stick on the edges of my molds like that. And I always have like a little spot where the color's on the edge of the mold because that's where I wiped it. But I try to use up every drop of my product. If I mix it up, I want to use it all. I don't want to waste product in no way. Are you guys like that? You want to use every single drop scrape the cups till there's nothing left. Now, we're just going to pour in the last bit of this yellow here. Get it all in there. These cups are hard to scrape, so we're just going to scrape out what we can. I wish they would make better quality little disposable cups for resin, because these out here, these are terrible. Terrible. They're hard to scrape. They leak. From my experience, they leak, and they're just really not great. Okay, so we've poured every single drop of silicone in there. Now we've got to let this cure. I think it says 3 to 6 hours. So we're going to let this cure up. Once it's completely cured, we're going to demold it. We don't like anything but letting it cure. Okay, it's been 6 hours. I let it cure up for the longest amount of time. Now I'm just going around the edges of it. I think this thing was cured in 2 hours, but I wanted to make sure it was fully cured, and I didn't want to pull it out until then. But we're just going around the edges of it and working it out. It's a very stretchy silicone. It's a very soft silicone. But you see that yellow blob there? That is where the colorant didn't mix. And I don't think it come off on my glove, but the colorant did not mix in well. That was my fault. I did not mix it long enough. Okay, so we're using the small jar that looks like little balls in the jar. This is flocking powder. And all you want to do is pour some down on your piece of paper or something and rub your silicone toy in the powder. Once you get it rubbed on all sides, all you want to do is stretch it around and make sure it's really got all that powder down in it. Squeeze it, stretch it, pull it, and then you want to wipe off that excess powder. Make sure there isn't any excess that's going to fall off. And he's done. Super cute. So squishy. I just love it. It's adorable. I think it came out really well. I'm pleased with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to thank Bond Crafter for sending me this kit. It was a nice surprise to get. And I just really enjoyed making these. If you guys have any questions about it, please feel free to ask. Also, I have a discount code for Bond Crafter down in my description box. CWV20 will save you 20% off at bondcrafter.com. I know Amazon carries their products, but there's a lot of products on there you cannot get anywhere else. You guys have a blessed day, and we will see you next week.